This week was a difficult week. I gave up on myself. I gave up in the most saddest and pathetic way possible. And I have to be okay with that. I ignored my workouts. I ignored my days. I ignored my eating habits. I ignored my chores and things that I wanted to do in order to stay in bed and rot for the whole week. And I think the main takeaway is that that's okay. You can't always be at 100 every single day, 24/7, 365 days. For some, it's not possible. I don't know anyone who could do it, but if you know anyone, let me know. Let me study them, because it's not easy. But those days that I stayed in bed and I hid from the world even more, I learned something about myself. I learned that my brain is sad. It's sad because of routines and evidence of a past life where things were hard, but it yearns. It yearns for the life it deserves. And I yearn for it too. Deep inside, I want all of these things to work, but I get sad and I get emotional. And I sometimes get angry and resentful. And during those times, it's okay for me to step back and heal and comfort my sadness, as long as I promise to get back up again. And that's the thing. Growing up, my cousin used to say that as a kid, I would hit my head, take a moment, and then continue what I was doing. And he said a lot of the times he would just tell me when I thought I couldn't do it or I needed a moment, he said, take your time to cry and then get back to it. And that translates into so many things in life, especially for this week. So I took this time and I reflect, because the next week I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna do the things that I need to do and come back better than ever. And that will last for a few days, maybe a few months, and then we rinse and repeat. And that's gonna be okay. It is. We are humans that can be superhuman. But even then, we need our times to just be human. And I believe that greatness has hard days, but you will never understand your greatest days if you don't experience your hardest days. And those are so true. These days, I never thought I would ever have in my life. To be honest, I never thought I would make it ever in my life. And so being here, making this channel, talking to you, has already showed me that even when I was down, I could still have the greatest moments of my life. And I'm thankful for that. I really am. I know right now in your own life, it may feel like you're giving up. But I think it's more, you're taking a break. You're recalibrating. You're reflecting. So take these moments and reflect. Maybe something you're doing is working and no longer working anymore. So you need to figure out what's one thing and kick it out. What's one thing and reinvent it. Make it fit into your life, into your schedule the way it needs to. Because it's your life. You don't need to have a reason or a rhyme for why it works. You just have to get it. That's the point of it. Just you alone have to understand it and get it. And that's it. Who cares if they question you? Who cares if they question you, if they mock you? Because this is for your life, not theirs. And I think that's more important than trying to give comfort to those who don't understand you, who don't want to understand you, or who don't want to see you happy. This is your life, and if you need breaks, take your breaks. If you need moments, take your moments. Because it's for you. No one else could say anything about that. I used to try that my life needed to be aesthetic and pleasing, and it needs to fit society's guidelines, and it was draining me. It was draining me out, and I felt like such a loser when I couldn't achieve anything, when I felt like everything was a loss and it was confusing. But then I realized this is for me. If I want to spend all day watching anime for one day and then the next watching documents, I could do that. If I want to water my plants in my pajama pants, I could do that. If it only makes sense to me, that's fine. Because it's about fulfilling the happiness in my life and not others. And I think that's what this week needed to teach me, that it's okay to take breaks. It's okay to reinvent and recalibrate. And it's okay to do things that only make sense to you. Give yourself grace to love and understand the love that you need, even if it's self-love. I mean, a lot of it should be self-love, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. So I'm not sad about this week. If anything, I feel proud. I feel proud and happy and grateful for this week. And I hope you guys feel the same too. I hope that you had a good week. I hope you had a week that showed you the strength that you had, or solidified goals for yourself without thinking twice. I hope that it proved that you could do it. And if you could do it, you could always do it. No second guessing, no alternative mindset, It's just, you could do it. So, please leave a comment and tell me how your week has been and anything you have been going through. I'd actually really like to hear it and try to understand and give you hope. So, yeah. Eventually, Kanojo.